course the heater starts up like right when I start filming. Hey there, this is Foggy Fiction and I'm Haley. I'm a writer living with mental illness, doing my best to show that mental health does not dictate talent or worth, and hoping to encourage other mental health warriors to chase their dreams. In today's video, I'm going to tell you the things that help me when I really want to write, but the anxiety and depression are making that difficult. For those of you that are new here, let me just go ahead and start by saying that I have been diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder, panic disorder, PTSD, major depressive disorder, and then I also face every day with survivor's guilt and obsessive tendencies. So when I tell you that I'm living with mental illness, that's what I mean. Every day is a battle with my own mind. And I'm so thankful that I'm at the point that I am now where I feel like I'm going into that battle with, a little bit of armor and some fighting words rather than a thong and a toilet brush. I do still have these flaws, but I'm taking them on the journey with me rather than believing that they can only hold me back. So how do I do it? How do I push through the nastiness of my mind on the days when I want or need to write but feel like I can't? I'm going to talk about 6 things that help me. Maybe one of them will help you too. These are in no real order, so don't feel like if you want to try any of these that you need to start from the top of the list and work your way down. Number 1, open your document. I'm not saying you have to do anything with it. It doesn't even have to be open right in front of you. When I know that I'm wanting to write, but I'm not really feeling it, I'll just pull it up on my laptop and have it open next to me while I'm playing video games. When I get to a load screen, I look at my laptop. The backlight timer also ensures that if I go without a loading screen for a while, there's at least a quick second where I'm turning to make sure it doesn't time out. And in that makes sure that my project is always on the back of my mind. I might only get a little bit done here and there. I might feel that spark and shut my game off. But if nothing happens other than thinking about my project during those load times, I'm still thinking about it, which makes me feel better than when I'm thinking about how I'm not doing anything at all. Number 2, I talk to my alpha reader. My alpha is a college friend of mine who is amazing, and I'm fortunate that she wants to be on this journey with me. There are a lot of times when I'm struggling to write, so I send her a message about some idea I have or something that I've already written or just something related to whatever I'm working on, and we roll ideas. Sometimes I just tell her about my struggles, and we talk about that. By the end of our conversation, I'm almost always walking away with either inspiration or a little less weight on my heart. Number 3, talk to my community. Writing groups, writing buddies, readers, family, friends, fans. The people in my life who are rooting for me and want to see me succeed. Don't talk to people who don't care. I have them in my life. I'm sure you have them in yours. Don't bother trying to talk about it with them. But if you've got beta readers or writing buddies you can swap chapters with, or family and friends who always have words of encouragement, reach out to them. I'm in a handful of writing groups, 2 Discords, one specifically for my supporters, and a circle of people who have offered light in the darkness along the way. And just like when talking to my alpha, I'm either walking away with inspiration or a little less weight on my heart. Number 4, read. This is advice that a lot of writers get, whether mental health is a part of their struggle or not. Getting lost in the words and remembering why you write in the first place is always good. For me, it's also a calm place. Reading takes me away from my struggles and into a different world, and it might even give me that rush of inspiration that I need. Lately, I've been reading a lot of craft books, and the process of expanding my knowledge on writing has definitely boosted my want to dive back into it. Now, I'm not saying that I hop right up and start pecking out words, but for some of us, that want has to build, and this is a good way for me to build it. And whether I'm reading craft books or comics or something from my favorite authors, I'm learning with every page, and that's a win in my book. Number 5, and this is kind of a weird one, make a character on D&D Beyond. I'm not saying you have to play D&D, but that might help you too. But I was surprised by how much it motivated me when I was building a character for a campaign that I was playing. dndbeyond.com is a website and it is free to make an account. There is a paid membership that expands your access, but I use a free account and I've been happy with it. Not sponsored, by the way. The site has a tool that lets you build a complete character with places for background and everything. It is very detailed and easy to use, and it's fun. And it had me wanting to make more characters with every one that I made, which had me wanting to build my own fantasy world and move some form of those characters into it. Now, on the free account, you only have 6 character slots, but you can remake them as much as you want. It hasn't failed to give me inspiration yet, but even if it ever did, it has been good at pulling me out of the dark parts of my mind. And number 6, just don't. If I'm really struggling with my mental health, and it's keeping me from writing no matter how much I want or need to, I have to focus on that first. I'm going to do things that make me happy or help specifically with my mental health. Binge watching TV, play video games, watch my boyfriend play games, go on a walk, add items to my Amazon wish list that I'll never buy, lie in bed and play bingo on my Kindle. It doesn't matter what it is. If I can't even get myself to wash my hair for the first time in 4 days, even though I want to, then I've got to work on me a little before I work on my story. It has taken me a long time to be okay with that. And I like to implement the other 5 things that I listed here into my self-care so that I feel like I'm being productive, even if I can't write. It is still difficult for me, and I go through a lot of guilt over it, not gonna lie. When I want so much to pour myself into my writing, but my mind's too foggy to do anything but exist, it sucks. But it's my reality, so I take care of me first, even if that means not writing. So that's my list. I don't know that it's a complete list, but it's a good place to start. Let me know if you have any tips and tricks that help you fight through the fog. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you're interested in following my very clumsy journey as a writer living with mental illness. Enjoy the happy moments. Why did I write it like that? I don't know what I'm trying to say there.